May 19th, 2021. I haven't written a journal in a long time, since I was a kid, really. Things have been strange lately, and I decided maybe it isn't such a bad idea to write things down. The power went out 2 days ago, and I haven't heard anything in the car radio, so I guess it hit the broadcast stations too. Kinda strange how it all keeps going, more or less. A lot of stores are on backup generators. The ones that aren't just have a pen and paper tally. Not too hot outside, and if it had to happen, this is the time of year you'd hope for. Called some friends to see how they are. Everyone's a bit confused about it all, but no one's too worried. Crossing my fingers for power to come back, though. I just went shopping the day before the power went out, luckily. May 22nd, 2021. Still no power. Getting close to a week. My cell phone doesn't have much life left, and I don't have a landline, so phone calls are off the list. Last time I tried to call everyone, I got a hold of everyone but Danny. His phone probably ran out of juice. I think I'm going to take a walk to his place tomorrow, check in on him. I got the coolers out, bought a bunch of ice, put the meat in and some other stuff. Hot as hell today. Ice cream for dinner. Waste not, want not, right? May 23rd, 2021. This is why it sucks to not have a phone. Walked all the way across town in the 88-degree heat to go to Danny's and bam, no one home. The bad thing is, I don't know how long he's been gone, but the living room window was busted out. I walked the 9 blocks to the police station, made my report, and went with 2 officers and checked his house. Not much missing. His fridge was bare, which isn't unusual for Danny. He never kept much in it anyhow. Looked like some clothes were gone, but there was no sign of Danny, and his car was still in the driveway. Maybe he biked it to his sister's house or somewhere. Just sucks that someone would smash his window like that. People suck. May 26th, 2021. Still no power. People are getting irate, and the heat doesn't help. It hit 95 today, according to the old school thermometer in Old Man Wilkins' house. Haven't seen him out recently, but it looks like he's picked the garden today. Still gonna check on him tomorrow. Getting low on some fruits and veggies. Maybe he'll trade me some for a ribeye. At least there's a lot of daylight to get stuff done. If only I had something to do. Glad I keep some cash out. I've already heard grumblings of people who have all their money in the bank. No credit cards, no debit cards. We're feeling the hurt. May 27th, 2021. Old Man Wilkins is a fucking hoot. Dirty old son of a bitch you cannot ever meet. He had me howling talking about ripping off lazy hookers in Cambodia about 50 years ago and all the dope he smoked in the war. He told me to keep stopping by, and if I get to trusting him, he'll let me keep my food in his freezer and fridge downstairs. Says he has enough diesel to keep the generator they're running on for at least another few years. It'll last longer than a nun's dildo, he said. Crazy old perv. May 29th, 2021. Spent the last day or so drinking beer with Glenn Watkins next door, playing Rummy 500, smoking some cigars. He let me charge my phone too off his solar batteries. I never knew, but he solar tiled the roof. He talked about his setup a bit too, the guest room and all. He said if I want to just move in, it'd be all right, at least till the power comes back. Might take him up on it. Basement is a fortress too. Booze cabinets, beer fridge, humidifier, all his creature comforts, all set up and secure. Guns out the ass, like a whole gun store worth. Other weapons too. Decoration mostly, I think. He took me down to show me the place and to give me a bag of ice for my cooler. Told him I'll bring everything over tomorrow. June 1st, 2021. I finished moving my stuff over to the guest room. Glenn's pretty paranoid. There's a secure hatch to the basement in each room, drops to some tunnel setup. We were playing Rummy again, and he started to tell me about some crazy conspiracy garbage about the government stress test programs. These ideas about human behavior and dependency. Wild stuff, too, like how far one person would go with nasty actions if they can get away with it or benefit from it. And then he said, if this power outage goes on much longer, this might actually be one of those stress tests. He said if it's still a blackout around the middle of the month, then this is Uncle Sam playing at something cruel. Scary thoughts, but too crazy to really be real. June 5th, 2021. I've been keeping the phone charged, but it's useless. No one ever answers. No 911 either. Phone lines are all down. Satellites must not be working at all. Glenn started telling me a lot more stuff, and I kinda think he's losing his mind. Some of this shit cannot be real, just old man craziness. He started trying to get his CBs and ham radio to work. No success yet. It's strange. Heard gunshots last night. Found out that our then only other neighbor on the block shot her husband and herself. A couple in their 50s. I never talked to them apart from saying hi or whatever, but now that they're dead and it's just me and Glenn on this big old Victorian, I don't know. Things seem colder, emptier. The stores are all closed more or less, shelves cleared, all that. The Kroger got a shipment yesterday and the manager just rationed things out to people who came to the store. No money, no trade, just try to make it last. The driver said he came from out of state and things were okay there, but as soon as he hit the state lines, there was no power. He radioed out but never got confirmation of anything. He gave us his handle and told Glenn and me to listen on CB5. He'd stay in touch as long as it'd hold, and he'd keep on it round the clock. June 7th, 2021. We didn't hear from Rick, aka Hardbutt, until 2 hours ago. He said he's only about 40 miles out and hasn't been able to refuel. He said his laptop is non functioning now, like something sapped its connectivity. He was hard to understand, very staticky. We're handle OMW and Bartman, a joke about some old cartoon Wilkins watched. I think I used to watch it too when I was a kid. Hardbutt signed off saying he needed some shut eye. Sounds good to me too. It's been hot as balls outside lately, nothing under 90 degrees all week. June 8th, 2021. I have held it together easy to this point, and so had everyone else. Hardbutt was on his CB, said he was attacked by a half dozen people. One hit his hand with a camp axe, cut off his two little fingers. He fought them off with a baseball bat and radioed us, telling us that things are getting tense. He's heading back toward the main dispatch and going to let them know that there's no power and things are getting bad here. We took in my friend Elizabeth and her brother Bobby after they were coming into town from their camp in the mountains. They had no idea it was this bad until some crazy bastard pulled her out of the car at a stop sign and tried to drag her to his shed. Bobby busted a soda bottle on the guy's head and stabbed him a few times in the fight. It's like people are losing it. The heat today was rough. 99 most of the day, hazy, and this weird smell. It's really hard to describe. It's almost like burnt ceramic or rubber. Faint, but always there. June 11th, 2021. The town is. It. I'm scared. I'm trying to keep tough like Glenn because Lizzie and Bobby are getting really spooked, and someone has to be stable right. Thing is, this town never had much crime. Pot smoking and jaywalking and small time shit, like any small town, right? Well, now I went out on the porch and I saw a knife fight. I can't say what it was over. I didn't watch or ask questions. I went in and told Glenn. He deadbolted the doors and told the three of us to just keep cool, don't let anyone in. Garden could wait. Don't leave the house alone. Why is this happening? What is going on? Is the world going crazy? June 13th, 2021. We heard from Hardbutt, but it wasn't good. He said that it's looking like CB and Ham are unreliable, but the only communications we really have down to the coast. He was at the Kroger warehouse, radioing from his truck, and it sounded like hell. We could hear gunshots, screams. He was talking low and fast. Said if we didn't hear again from him soon, things were worse. I hope Rick holds it all right. Glenn offered him a place here, but he said he's got a wife and kids, and his boss was letting the employees and their families fortify the warehouse. Said that they had it airtight so long as this doesn't go on much longer. That damn smell is out there too, some sickening haze. But he said it smelled like a slaughterhouse with a tire fire in it. June 19th, 2021. Glenn woke us up and got us all outfitted at 7 a.m. We were all armed now. Windows are all fitted with heavy steel shutters. Liz broke down when we looked outside. Some woman was walking down the sidewalk when four young guys, probably late teens or early 20s, I we saw them grab her. And they raped her. Then I can't believe I'm saying this, but they ate her. They started cutting her up and eating pieces of her. Glenn heard the noise and went out on the porch, shot a couple of the guys with a rifle, then shot her. Liz hasn't talked since. I asked Glenn why he shot her, and he said we couldn't help her. She'd probably get an infection. She wouldn't heal well, physically or mentally. I don't know how I can deal with this if the booze runs out. I feel like washing my eyes with the whiskey instead of drinking it. Glenn said that the smell just reaffirms his thinking that this is a government stress test. He also told us to keep to the house as much as possible. June 22nd, 2021. Bobby saw his old girlfriend today. Glenn told him not to. Bobby yelled for her, though. She told him to come out, go for a walk. Said the police caught the other guys from that stuff the other day. Bobby ran out and Bobby's dead. I can't talk about it, and Liz is just in her own world, out of her head. Glenn's having a hard time breathing lately. It's been really hot and humid, and that damn dense haze is worse. Bobby is dead. June 29th, 2021. Been busy fighting, dozens of them, trying to get in. They try, then get irritated and attack each other. They rip a couple of people apart and eat, and sometimes they do things to them, before or after the feeding. Liz just cries. Glenn said to keep her away from a window. Some of them were kicking Bobby's head back and forth like a soccer ball. I'm not used to it, but I'm not throwing up over seeing these awful things anymore. I just don't think it'll get better anymore. July 1st, 2021. Glenn died. He coughed blood all day. I don't know if he suffocated or drowned or vapor locked, but the old man Wilkins is dead. Just me and Liz now. We'd like to bury Glenn, but we can't go out. It just isn't possible. I put him in the big chest freezer. Nothing else in it anyway. Goodbye, buddy. July 4th, 2021. Fuckers tried to burn the house. I got the flames out mostly. They're throwing body parts and burning sticks and garbage and feces at the house like wild animals. Liz is almost a vegetable. I dress and wash and feed her. She just mutters. So weak. So soft. July 5th, 2021. Liz talked more today. Said we're all in hell, dead already. Or it's a nightmare. Begged me to hold her. Soft, pretty little Liz. So fragile. So. Pages burn. Sections missing from the next few entries. July 9th, 2021. Never thought I'd be the type to take a woman like that. I needed it. So did she. The smell in the air, it just keeps me up. Keeps me wanting and alert and ready to just do it all. I shot a bunch of them through the window earlier, just to remind them who the king is. Kill and be feared. Make them bow. Bow or die. Page burned. Section missing. July 14th, 2021. Liz, so much good woman. My woman. I take as I want. I am king. I kill many on porch. Air make breathe hard. Some on porch wheeze. Strong ones eat them. Get stronger. I kill strongest ones. When safe, I get dinner for me and woman. My woman. J 2021. My woman just lay. No more fight. I trap another, new woman. Have two or more maybe. I bring strong bodies in. Eat strong. Feel stronger. Air outside make horny and hungry. Eat big. Take woman much. J222021. King have four women. Guns empty. Use clubs. Axes. Hammer. Outsiders fear. Radio screech. Can't find talkie voices. J222222. King woman kill self. King see green truck. Take truck. Find more women. King strongest. Air make blood out. King not die. End of document. Note: aerosol version of GH3398-A29 still causes rapid degeneration of bronchial tubes and internal lung tissue. Positive effects with consistent results: increased libido, loosen inhibitions, aggression increase, self-esteem elevated, diminished cognitive and complex reasoning capacities. Adverse side effects include, but not limited to, aforementioned respiratory damage, permanent degenerative and/or necrotizing reaction to brain tissue, brain stem, cerebrospinal fluid, catatonia in females. Points of interest: rate of cannibalism associated with exposure is consistently high across recent trials. Subjects with type O blood tend to be more resistant to detrimental side effects, but ultimately succumb. All subjects with prolonged exposure exhibit greatly diminished pain reactions and/or reflexes. Final evaluation. This aerosol treatment is suitable as a secondary or tertiary tactic, but not potent or effective enough to be utilized as a standalone weaponization. Fully recommend review of liquid treatment for comparison, as well as injectable GH3399-A29 program to proceed as scheduled. Aerosol has zero vector transference potential. Further study of subject Watts, Barton F's cadaver requested for GH3398-A30 strain development prospect. Requisition forms attached to back of cover of file. BC Division Review Agent Number 44-QAS1977.